Hey everybody, welcome to the latest edition of Henno Goes to Meetings. Today I went to City Hall and had a meeting with Heather Dawson, our city administrator. And she spent longer than I thought that she would spend with me. It was about an hour, actually a little over an hour. And I learned so much about our city government structure. Things like that. We have what typically where I'm from would be called a strong mayor type of government, where you have a mayor we have a part-time mayor, but that the mayor is elected separately from the city council, and then a city administrator is under the mayor and works at the pleasure, of course, of the mayor. The city council makes, just like Congress, makes the laws, and the mayor implements the laws. There's another type of government which is kind of known as a strong city manager, and that's where a mayor is a rotating position in the council, and truly the city is run by a manager. And I guess that was something that came up in 2004 as an initiative. And what I thought was really amazing is, even though the initiative was turned down, the city went ahead and continued discussions about it. And not just the city staff, but the town council and the mayor had this conversation of, like, would this be a better way of doing government in this town? And they talked to people at the state level. They talked to the insurance company that oversees, like kind of directors and officers insurance, and consultants. And they determined that the best thing for the city of Hailey is to keep doing it the way they're doing it, where the city council members are they're accountable to the people. Rather than one person who, without getting too much into details about it, but I like that that the fact that our council and our mayor are not full-time, they're part-time. That means they're actually out in the community. That's also very important, because typically the community's interactions are with city staff. So city staff tends to drive a lot of change, because that's the method that information gets passed up. But when your city council and your mayor they got jobs, they're also out there, and that's diversity. And speaking of diversity, one of my questions was on our budgets, the amount of revenue sources we have. And Heather was great. She's like, what would be important to you in any sort of financial, like my finances, like my retirement or something like that. And I was talking a lot about transparency and, your everything is clear, it's consistent. But the one thing she said, but diversity is important, because that way you're not stuck on one source of revenue, that as things fluctuate, we can, just like with your 401ks, that you have the money in various places so that you're diversified, so that it's not all in one place and you lose it all. And I think the same thing goes with information, getting information to the council. You have staff, you have council directly, you have all these ways that the citizens of the community can get information there. I learned a lot about the airport, that we share it with the county, and kind of the nature of that, the airport board, how that's gone, how that's changed. Two of the things I really took away from our conversation is, one is that there have been a lot of changes implemented, and that the city is always addressing these changes. And they're always reviewing the decisions that have been made in the past and make sure that they remain consistent. And that applies especially with the initiatives we have right now in front of us, to get rid of the community development impact fees. That whole study that initiated it we get a new study every 5 years, but the city and the council and the other related committees are reviewing this all the time, and they have been lowering the fees that are charged, because they, when we had our Great Recession of 2007, 2008, people were, not doing so well. So they made the adjustments, and I really, it was great to hear that that it's not one of these things where you decide something and it's static. It's like, no, let's, they're constantly looking at it, and this it just makes me like, oh, I want to do this. I want to be part of this. And I was pumped afterwards. I was excited. I really, not only am I happy to where I live, but I'm happy to have this opportunity. And this is something I'd really enjoy doing. I really like the process involved, and the people do it with our city staff and all the, like I said, the committees, everyone. There's there's passion in there, and it comes through in the conversation. So we'll see. After that, I went to go talk to Lisa Horowitz, who's our, oh boy, I'm just gonna look this up because she's got a great title. Not only is she the executive director of the Hailey Urban Renewal Agency, she's our community development director. And I mainly want to talk to her about the Urban Renewal Agency. Unfortunately, she had a meeting she had to get to, and my meeting with Heather had gone a little long, but she had already like slides from a PowerPoint presentation printed out for me and explained the whole Urban Renewal Agency and how it works, how it gets its funding, where is the district. And I did get to see, this is something really new, is there's been a plan in the works for a while for North River Street, and they've gotten the plans in the last 2 weeks, and it's really amazing. It's going to really change that part of our town. I think it's going to make it a neat place. So that was really fun to see, and again, just completely impressed with our staff at City Hall. So that's it for today. Yeah, working on pizza and politics next week. So doing my homework on that. So thanks for watching.